Be cool, Sean. Be cool.
Guys.
So you going out tonight, B?
Yeah, got a pass to Underground. Are you guys?
Yeah. We're just gonna go to a couple parties and.
It took me 3 weeks of ass kissing just to get into one.
Oof, a lot of blood.
So.
Good thing you didn't get pink eye.
Dum 151 rum in a blunt young.
On legendary tour. We're going to 7 parties tonight, bro.
You should take it easy. Don't get Kunle into any trouble. That boy's black excellence.
Oh, come on. If we only gonna have 5 minutes when we get back to pregame, change, and leave.
Sean, what? Where's Carlos?
There's an unconscious white girl in our living room.
What?
Okay, she's alive. We should call 911.
Hey, stop! You crazy?
We didn't do anything wrong.
We don't have to do nothing wrong, Kunle. The cops are not gonna listen. They just gonna come in here and see 3 brown guys hanging over this little white girl.
We looked everywhere, and we can track her on your phone.
We can't just leave her somewhere. We take her to the hospital.
Shotgun.
I told you we should just call 911, but you
Looks like she's in that car.
What the hell is going on? We don't know who she is.
Actually, she just told me that she's in high school.
No!
Run, Ricky, run. Dum, run, Ricky, run, Ricky, run. Dum.
Think about it statistically. How many people actually get shot by the cops? It's like really, really unlikely, right?
What are you talking about?
911, what is the nature of your emergency?
My city go dum, 151 rum in a blunt young.
Hello and welcome to the 206. My name is Mark, coming to you from Seattle, Washington, and this is the Changing Directions Filmmaker Interview Series. Joining me for this conversation is director Carey Williams and writer K.D. Dávila, the director and writer of Emergency, a new movie that world premiered at this year's Sundance Film Festival. Carey, K.D., welcome to the 206.
Hey.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time. Now, Emergency is actually an expansion of your short film, which also premiered at Sundance back in 2018, where it won a special jury prize. And also, I have to mention that you won Best Short Film right here at the Seattle International Film Festival that same year in 2018. So to start off, how did the short film first get off the ground? How did the two of you meet? And then what was the process like in developing that into the feature film?
We tag team that.
Yeah.
So, we met in a program called Project Involve, which is part of Film Independent.
And Film Independent's a nonprofit that supports independent artists.
Fantastic program. I was in the directing track of that program, and then Katie was in the writing track. And they have other tracks like cinematographer, editors, so on and so forth. And she wrote the script for Emergency based on, personal things that she was wanting to get out and, make some commentary. And I read it and I was like, this shit is really, really well written. But I was like, oh my God, it's a humorous take on something that's very serious. And I was originally like, I don't know, man, but I quickly realized, I quickly realized that's what made it special. That it was taking a different lens at something that we'd seen films about, but it was getting that commentary in through a humorous take. Right. So that was how we met. That's how I pitched on that script to direct it. It was like, this is going to be really great if we can get this tonally just right. Yeah. And we made the script.
That's how we met. We didn't know each other before that program.
Oh,
and it's funny because it's funny. So, I wrote the script and it was the program basically was the one that paired us together. So thanks, Film Independent.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think it was, as a writer, it's always great to have a collaborator that, we talked a lot about the tone. We had even on the short film, we had tone meetings, and I was doing it was a cool collaboration just because it really did feel like a conversation the whole time. And, I remember we had a session where I rewrote the script in real time with talking to him and the DP, just remember that? I was we made adjustments. I was you know, and I think that was a really like pleasant experience, and it's, I think that, you know, it was great, and we wrote we made the short, and we didn't expect anything really to come of, you know, we didn't expect it to go as far as it did and resonate as much as it did.
Yeah.
When we got into Sundance, we were just like, wow. And then we started winning things.
Because it was like so many times for me personally of trying and failing to like being rejected. So it was like, oh shit, it actually worked this time.
Yeah, it was really funny though. Like we literally had such little expectation. I remember we went to the award show for the short film thing, and I was dressed in like, I didn't have any makeup on. I had not like brushed my hair. I was wearing like a sweater and like hiking boots. I looked like awful. And then they announced that we won, and we had to go up on stage and like all these like horrible photos from. It was really funny.
Oh my gosh.
So, but anyway, so we expected nothing, and then we were very pleasantly surprised, obviously, that it resonated with people so much. And we went to South by Southwest, and we won the grand jury prize there, and that's when Carey was so happy and excited that he just started. People were like, "What's happening with the short film?" And he told everyone that we were working on the feature film.
Oh
yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh no.
That's what you do. That's what you
Right.
do. Just say like, yes.
He
I love that.
that. And so yeah, we had a conversation about it literally that night, and we talked about, you know, what would that look like? And, you know, the short film is it's contained. It mostly takes place in one room. It's essentially the scene at the end of Act 1 of the feature film where they find Goldilocks and in their house, and they have no idea who she is or where she came from. And they're just trying to debate whether they should call 911 or not. And like, they're, you know, you're watching kind of the comedy of them discussing like the reasoning of what they should be doing. And, you know, the opportunity to expand that, we realized we should do something that, you know, that kept that real-time feeling. And so we decided very early on, like essentially that night, that it was going to be a one crazy night story, but a bit of a deconstruction of the tropes of a lot of college party comedies. Right. We wanted to take like familiar tropes and then turn them on their head, and in many ways take them seriously in a way that they might not be taken seriously in most movies, but also keep that levity and that comedy and the social commentary alive.
Right.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I love that. And thank you for that insight. That's brilliant how, you go from the short film and then through that festival run all the way up to the feature. And Carey, you're absolutely right. Just say yes.
Just say yes. We wrote it on, like, I wrote the script on spec, and like, it's, you know, it was that took a lot of, I think, like faith on our part that we were gonna, you know, invest our time in just taking this out and believing in it. And, you know, you never know when you're writing something on spec if it's going to pay off or not. And we're very fortunate.
Wow. I love that. Thank you.
Where we are now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, one of the things, and Carey, you mentioned this as well, I think you both touched on it. One of the things that I love about the story is that it's very much a dark comedy, but the scenarios that the characters are in are legit, you know, almost like they're experiencing it as I don't, lack of a better term, maybe a horror movie. You know, you inject that comedy. Now, both of those aspects comes from very harsh realities and issues that have actually been magnified over the last couple of years as well. So do you look at the movie differently now than when you first set out to create it, given what the last couple of years has given us in the world?
No, because the same shit's been happening.
It's funny. That's something we talked about, is like people have started asking us, because so the spec script ended up on the blacklist before we started shooting, and like we had sold it and we were like getting ready to shoot, and the protests happened in 2020, and people started being like, wow, this is so relevant, like, did you come up with it because of the protests? And we were like, no, is, you know, so I'm Latina.
Yep.
My family, like, I'm from Los Angeles. My dad grew up in East LA, and like the specter police brutality and the tension between, you know, communities of color and the police has been an issue forever, pretty much in America. And something like, it's funny, you know, I think that I guess we're glad people have started paying attention, and then it like became a national discussion, but like this has been an issue that like we've obviously cared about for a long time, and it's very much affected. So and that's something like we wanted to make a movie, like we set out to make a movie about that issue that was hopefully going to be cathartic for people to watch who've been in that position of like having that burden of having to think about how you're being perceived.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, the care about that issue and how serious it goes back to why I was at first, like when I read the short, like, oh man, I don't know, you know, but, you know, it definitely for me made sense when I thought about like, this actually is saying something in a different way. And that's what a great way to get people to pay attention when it's not the same thing as they've seen something different. Yeah. And that, you know, we wanted to carry that same spirit with the features. Like people hopefully don't know where this is going to go. And it feels like, wait, is this a college comedy? No, it's a thriller. Or is it horror? Like what's you know, like it's kind of going all in these different ways. And that's a roller coaster that we're taking you on that, you know, we wanted to present for audiences, and the core of it that I think gets us through all those different things is a friendship story that grabs you, hopefully, that takes you and weaves you through all this because you care about these young men and what they're going through. So you're going to go on that ride of the night.
No, that's amazing the way you described it, and that's really how I like took the movie in as I was watching it. So job well done in that aspect, at least from my perspective. So a final question for you. We got to wrap things up here. When you look back at the entire process of creating the movie, what is the first thing that sticks out that gives you a feeling of gratitude?
Oh man! Oh God, there's so much.
I mean, everything. Honestly, I guess like I would start with just like, I am grateful. I feel like the actors like are obviously amazing. Maybe I don't even need to thank them because it's so obvious. But like, I think that like everything from, I'm so grateful for having the production designer that we had. I feel like production designers don't get enough credit for like all the detail like the world feels so grounded, and partly but also stylish, partly because of him. And I mean, obviously you and our editor, editors also don't get enough credit. Like I'm so grateful to have, I think that like an editor is the final writer of the movie, and the tone, having this tonal balance, it's really challenging, and it's so rhythmic. Like comedy and thriller are both like the creating and releasing of tension. And it's so important to have somebody who fully understands when to extend and when to release. And I think, you know, I'm very grateful for having like our editor. So
I'm grateful for us being put together to make a film together, to be honest. I mean, because we do have different sensibilities in films and what we like, but I think us together makes a good synergy, and we complement each other in a way that seems to work here. And I attribute that also to Sean and Kunle's relationship. You know, they're quite different, you know, as people, but when you put them together, there's a synergy there. So I'm thankful for us working together, and I'm just thankful that we have the platform to get this film out there like it's going to get out there, you know, because this way, you know, people that need to see it will see it, you know, to see that catharsis that we're trying to present of a situation that people are so familiar with, but also people that may not be thinking about this at all or whatever, they see it, and it creates some conversations, and you know, sticks with people. You know, we it's so important for us as artists to make things that will resonate for people and stick with them. And, you know, we hope this movie does that, and having this platform, you know, with getting a theatrical and being on Amazon Prime, getting it out there to the world, we have more of a chance to reach people. So
yeah, I
we're
mean,
excited
so
about that.
many stars have to align to
Yeah.
like make a movie, period, and then
Yeah.
make a movie that you're proud of.
Yeah.
And then get it out into the world. And like, yeah, I'm very grateful for like that we found good partners in
Yep.
Temple Hill and Amazon who very much just got behind our vision. Cause like, I mean, honestly, when we first took it out, like we had some people who wanted to fundamentally change a lot of it. And but Temple Hill and Amazon very much supported our vision and like
Yep.
allowed us to work together and like keep our core team together.
Yeah.
Which is like awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, grateful for that.
Wonderful answers. Thank you so much. And Carey, KD, I'm grateful your movie exists. I agree with you. It's an important film for people to see, and also I'm just grateful for the chance to speak with you today. So thank you so much for having this conversation.
Thank you, yo.
Thank you so much.
The movie is Emergency. This is Carey Williams and KD Dávila. My name is Mark, and this is the 206 Changing Directions Filmmaker Interview Series. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and also check out 206.com, the official home of all content from the 206. Thank you so much. Be safe, and we'll see you next time.